going to do a number one and a large Diet Dr. Pepper. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, it's the end of March. We haven't talked in a little bit, so we've got some stuff to cover. Wow, what an eventful month it has been. And I'm trying to even decipher where to start and what to start with and what to do on this episode, to be honest with you. I have got a lot to cover. We've got some stuff to go over as far as stitching goes and some business things to go over as well, and exactly what the vlog is and where we're going with the vlog and what the plan is, or the idea of the plan. Anyway, we have, where to even start? You guys, so much to go over. So at the beginning of the month, obviously we went to market. And that just has led us into and catapulted us into a whole nother level of things, right? We have gone to market. Then we also, Brian and I went out west, had a ski trip in there. The girls have been packing, shipping. A lot of things are going on, a lot of new things, a lot of things that we already had in place, but we needed to refine and get better at, and just working on improving, always improving, and also working to bring you guys content. All of these things, I can't even describe how exciting it really is and how much fun we're having. Is it a lot of work? Yes, it is a ton of work. Are we overwhelmed with it? I'm going to say not really, but maybe a little bit. But it's okay because it's such a powerful and positive thing. Things I want to be able to bring for you and do for you, though, are kind of in the forefront of my brain. And the things that I want to be able to explain them and go over it all. And the things that I have in mind for the rest of this year and want to do is just like, my mind is just out of control. It's so exciting. I really want to bring concepts and things for you. A basic finishing, just the excitement of finishing that I feel and love, and the excitement of stitching that I know you guys are experiencing and I do as well. And I want to put that in here and content on this Flosstube channel for you in a way that's entertaining, informative, and instructional, and like as a tutorial format as well. All of those things are just like spinning. So I'm being really real and honest with you in this vlog as far as how I put these together, what my thought is. That's what I think this vlog is all about. This vlog is how I'm putting these together and what the mindset is behind it, if that makes sense. I want you to know where I'm coming from with these vlogs and how I think them through and how I'm learning, because obviously I'm a beginner at this. This is brand new. I've just started doing these, and so I'm learning. And I want to take you on that journey with me too, as well as how we're going to learn and how I'm going to do this vlog style together and bring it for you. So it's interesting content. I hope that's all making sense. I know I'm kind of rambling, but I'm just going to go with it, and we're going to ramble here for a little bit as we hang out here in the car. I've got my Chick-fil-A. Gonna have, just a little heart-to-heart here, and then I'll eat my lunch, and we'll head back so that I can go over what I want to share with you and how we're going to share it. But the bottom line is I've got boards in my shop. We've got stitching. We got to marry those two and bring it to you in an informative way. And I'm pretty excited about it. So we're going to keep going with this format, keep moving forward. Great things are happening for the rest of this year. And I want to bring you along for the journey. Hi, buddy. Come on. We're back from lunch and it's time to start putting the parts and pieces of the vlog together, talking about what we've been working on, where it is that I actually work, how I put these things together, and give you a little bit of a background look into the studio and the process of creating.
Monday morning blues, I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side. Everything is beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, I'm calling you home just to hear your voice on the phone. I think of you and I'm not alone. You are everything under the sky so blue. I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, life is a bliss. Waking up with you in my arms, I've got it all, nothing's amiss. Everything is beautiful. Sunday morning snooze with breakfast in bed, and I listen to the song in my head. It sings of you and the things that you do, 'cause you're everything under the sky so blue. I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven.
Now at this point, I'm about I've been editing for maybe about an hour, and okay, maybe 2 hours, and I'm 6 minutes into creating this particular vlog. I still have to upload the tutorial content parts of it, upload talking about the Mad for Plaid display piece, showing how that's finished, showing how that's painted, adding that portion of the story to the vlog, as well as go find the music that's going to fit the vibe of the vlog. And that is all of something that I have found through using Epidemic Sound. Now, I'm not sponsored by Epidemic Sound, but Epidemic Sound is a fantastic platform for getting royalty-free music to add to your pieces if you're looking to edit and put things together yourselves as well. This is all, again, something that is brand new for me, and I am just learning and having a great time with it. I really am. And I imagine it's going to get quicker, but right now, this is where I'm at. So we'll keep on editing, keep on adding clips, keep on putting the entire thing together, and we'll see how it turns out. An element to each one of the vlogs is to highlight a item from within our shop and how that item works with a cross-stitch finish. This week we're talking about the Mad for Plaid's piece On the Edge is what this is called. It was made in collaboration with Hands On Design for the Mad for Plaid cross-stitch pattern. And there's a couple different ways you can actually use it, and we are going to break it down and show you that. This is a little bit of the behind the scenes of how I'm doing that. I've got an area here for where I put my cell phone when I'm filming a top-down shot. I've got another camera off here to the side to give us another angle if we need it. I do have even a third camera, but I'm just using with a couple of different ones. Primarily, this video is being shot with my iPhone. I also have external lighting that right now I've got it behind me, but normally this would probably be in front of me or off to the side. This piece is on a tripod and it's on wheels, and it just really creates a nice soft light to highlight what it is that I'm showing you here in the video. I try to bring in the products that I encourage you to use, or just show you the ones that I've used. You can use whatever you want. These are really user-friendly pieces. They work with acrylic paints, they work with spray paints, chalk paints. You can use latex on them as well. These are just the paints I enjoy using, and so they're the ones that I would show you how to use. Always in the vlogs as well, I'm going to link in the description box below where you find each one of these products. Some of them I actually carry in my shop. Others I will probably refer you to an Amazon shop or to another shop that is carrying these particular products. Mad for Plaid is a chart that came out last year at market in 2023 by Hands On Design. It's these cute little plaid seasonal pieces. We've got winter, spring, summer, fall. Actually, she calls autumn in there, autumn for these, and they're adorable. And then she took it another step further, and there's an entire series that's called Plaid All Year. Love those too. It all started last year, I guess, with a stitch along I kind of got started on when I started working on these. Now, I don't know about you, if you've ever gotten hung up on a stitch. I know they're simple, but you would think, why would you get hung up on it? But I got hung up on this one. And sometimes we get hung up by, stitch count, the fabric color, the floss that we're using that we decide to change and want something different. I was really having a hard time with this color of the fabric. I love it. I love it so much. It's from Fabrics by Stephanie. It's slate. That's the called for color for this chart and this series. And it's a linen, 32 count. I just really struggled with being able to see the holes on this linen for some reason. I just can't seem to see it. So I decided, well, I'll give it a different try. And last year I decided to try murky. So I stitched the first one on murky, and that was spring. This is the one I did last year, and did the little wood flowers in the bottom of it, fully finished it as a flat finish with a little bow on the top. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's really sweet. I just didn't want to do all of them on murky. I really wanted that dark fabric, and I really wanted the linen. So I went back to it and revisited and tried again. Still struggled. So I had another thought, and I went to Affogato from Fiber on a Whim. And this is 28 count because the board will fit either doing 32 count 16 or 28 and 14. You could do either one. It'll still fit on the edge display. So I did the 28, and I think it's cute. I think it looks good. You can see the white. I think I would still do the spring. Let me open that up a little bit more. The spring in the pink color. And I should go back and revisit this and get this finished. But I still was hung up on the fact that I really, really liked it on the darker fabric. So this year, as I
I said to myself, Chantel, you need to get that finished. You really need to get, Mad for Plaid ironed out, get her done. I decided to go ahead and give myself permission, or just kind of chill on it and just go back to 14 count chalkboard Ada. I've stitched a lot of things on chalkboard Ada and I liked them, and I like how they turn out. I think they're super cute. So I grabbed some chalkboard Ada from my stash, and this is 14 count. And chalkboard Ada it's not really black. It's more of like a chalkboard color. So it's more of a grayish dark black. And I got that out, and I got the called for floss because I had that all kitted up and ready to go. The called for floss pack, she did them all in Cosmo. There are I don't think this is back. Yep, there are DMC alternatives on the chart, but she did chart them in Cosmo, and the entire pack will do all 4 seasons. So I got going on those, and I think the first one I finished, I'm going to show you how I chose to finish them because it's a little different, was winter. And you can see, I love it. I love it on the chalkboard. I'm totally fine with it, and I really had a good time stitching it because I just went back to what was comfy. It just needed to be a comfy stitch. I just needed that to get these done. And I'm so thrilled that I did. Now, you're looking at these and you're saying, well, that's not a flat finish to go on the edge display board. And you're right. It's not. It's a pillow, because I got really inspired when I was stitching all of them from a video that Cathy did on stitching together pillows and putting the fabric portion at the bottom, and then I just put some baker's twine around them. And then when I was at a stitching shop, I was able to find little pins from Just Another Button Company for each one of them. I'm going to show them all to you in a minute, but I decided to go ahead and do them as pillows and just set them on the edge display board, which I'm really, really happy with. Let me show you this one fully finished, because there's another little treat that I decided to do. And I put greens in the bottom. I cut a cute little charm for the background and did this snowflake that just tucks right in. Or you could even put it on the front if you want, but I tucked mine in the back. And now my pillow just sits inside. Let me put it in there better. It just sits inside on the edge display board. You just gotta fiddle with your greens a little bit. I've been playing with these a lot. And tuck the little charm in the back. And it's an adorable display for the Mad for Plaid pillow version on the edge. I am loving them, and these are 14 count, so they do fit, and the directions to how to compose the pillow is in Cathy's vlog, but I will give you the measurements that I took for making them this tall. Now let me show you the other ones too, because summer has this bright sunny sunshine charm in the back. Spring has a cute little flower that I went ahead and painted in the two-tone effect of the strawberries. And autumn features an acorn. And so you've got this cute little acorn charm tucked in the back, or however you like, and I just put greens in the bottom. I am thrilled with them. I'm so happy, and I just had such a blast making them up as pillows and just, doing something just a little bit different. Now, there is a little bit of business side of it. Remember, we talked about that there's also business that had to be done here with the vlog this time. And that is that I went ahead and put it together as a kit form for you in our shop. So you would get the on the edge board. You'll get the chart for Mad for Plaid, plus the Cosmo complete set, and all 4 of the charms for the wood charm packs in the back. And you can even finish them just as a flat finish and still put the charms in if you'd like, if you prefer that look. But I just thought I'd show a little something different. So these kits are available in our shop now while supplies last. And then, of course, the board and the charms will always be available. And the chart can be found then at Cathy's. If I don't have the chart, obviously Hands On Design will have the chart. And Cosmo is very readily available at a stitching shop. So you can give them a call too. And if I run out of the kits, go ahead and give a stitching shop a call. I'm going to link all of it below so that you can have it kitted up for you from them as well. So I just wanted to share those full finishes with you, and then we'll go on with the rest of the vlog because we've got to talk about how the board goes together, maybe how to paint it. There's a couple different options for painting it. It's very easy to paint. And then I'll give you some details on putting the pillow together. Let's build an on-the-edge display board. The on-the-edge display board will come with the directions that shows the image on the front and how many pieces are inside. There's also a great diagram on the back along with recommendations for the glue that I prefer to use. I really love this Tight Bond glue. It is called Quick and Thick. It's a multi-surface glue, and the reason why I like it is because it sets up very quickly so that when I'm putting my piece together, I can just hold it and the glue will set up without having to clamp it, so it's kind of helps to ensure a nice snug fit. This diagram will show you exactly how to put it together. I put the small box together first, and then I add the back to the stand. If the directions are something you do not have, I do have those linked on the website so that you can always see those for the future. The on-the-edge display piece comes with this tall back, this base piece, 2 side pieces, and then the one for the front. And like I said, this is going to go together. Let's just kind of lay it out just like a puzzle. So these are our side pieces and the front. Maybe out of the, there we go. You can see it even fits together right here, but we're going to glue them together. So the first thing we're going to do is put these 3 pieces together, and then we'll add this back. I like to go ahead and start with the front piece. We'll take our Quick and Thick, and like I said, this is a very quick setting glue. And then what I do is I put a bead of glue where I'm going to have contact points. So, and I try not to put a lot of excess, but you do want to make sure you have enough. So I also keep on hand some like baby wipes, and then I cut a fork. I cut these extra tines, these little fork thingies off so that I can use this portion of it to clean up any excess glue, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. We're going to put some glue here. See, if we have a little excess off, we can take the baby wipe and kind of just clean that up as we go. Then I put some on this piece in those areas right there, here, and here. I go ahead and build it just like this. I take it and I lean it right up against each other, and I push them in this direction. That way the excess glue ends up being on the inside of the box that I can clean up rather than having a bunch on the front. Now this is the part where I'm telling you that you have to kind of sit here and hold it for a minute and let that glue set up. As I'm holding it, I also like to keep my fingers tight, like I call it a finger vise, to just kind of keep it from, like getting out of whack, gluing together crooked for when the glue sets up. That's starting to feel secure enough that we can add our sides, because we're going to continue to hold it in place. And again, I'm going to put a line of glue here, and then on this piece here and here, and then I'm just going to put it on that one, not the back one, because that's going to be our back. This is the part that's going to line up here in the front. As you can see, it will go right in this area. So we're going to put this one and bring it up from the outside and in and hold it in place. Probably a little bit of glue right here is a good idea as well. Let's put that there. This glue will dry clear, but I do like to clean it up before I paint it, and it is something that can be painted over. So now you can see that I'm holding it in place and making sure that this seam is nice and tight before I go on to the next one. Over here on this side, you also want to keep that flush. Again, finger vise. You can see on the front, I'm keeping it so that this is nice and flush as well. This other side on, same thing, glue on the bottom here, this side, this here, and then I'm going to tap a little bit here and here. You can see it's these edges that we're putting together to give us a nice secure fit to our on the edge display piece. And let's hold it together. Keep it nice and tight. I built the bottom of the box first because these are the easier pieces to work with, being nice and short, versus the tall piece first. The tall piece will come in once these have set. Keep your fingers holding it tight because that's going to ensure that we have a nice tight fit for when the back piece goes together. Remember my fancy little fork tool? This is where that comes in handy. So I'll take this end and drag it before the glue completely dries. Just has a little bit of a skin to it. And I come in and clean up that excess glue that's squished out using this fork. The key is you've got to cut those other ones off though. But it's a nice inexpensive tool, and if you need another one, you always know where to get one. Any glue that's on the outside, we can either wipe it off with the wipe or sand it off later once it's dried. Just so we're not painting over globs of glue. Finish cleaning up the excess from the inside, a little off the edge there. And now we're ready to put our back piece on. Just like the first three pieces, we're going to put the glue on and set this up exactly the same way. Some here, here, this spot here and here, and then maybe just a little bit on that spot so that we have good contact along the back. Not this. That's not the right spot. These places stick out, so we don't want glue on these, just on the inside. Bring it up from the back, and right into place it goes. And because we held the front box together nice and tight, you can see we had a good fit for the back piece. Same drill, you're just going to hold it in place until everything is set. Then we'll be ready to paint our on the edge display. You have a few options when it comes to painting and staining our pieces. We do use a maple veneer wood so that it does have grain. Sometimes it will have knots as well. This is fairly knot free, so this one has the nice maple grain. This could be stained and then all of that grain would be revealed. You could also paint it with using a brush and some paint. You could also spray paint your piece, which is very handy. I like to use a flat spray paint when I do this, and then I clear coat finish it. I only have white available, so I'm going to opt for painting it with a brush. And to do this, that's a few steps to my process on that one. I am going to use the DIY chalk and clay base paint in the color Little Black Dress. Then I'm going to sand it with this little handy dandy sanding tool once it is dry to distress it. Then I will put a clear coat finish on it, which is the satin finish, is the finish that I prefer. And it's a spray that I buy just on Amazon or at your local hardware, and it's called Deft. To get started though, let's get our brush and our paint ready, and we'll get a coat of paint on this on the edge display piece. The measurements I used for putting my pillows together are, I've cut 2 3/4 inches from the seam between my cross stitch and the bottom fabric of the pillow. That is 2 3/4 inches. Then I will cut 5/8 inch from the edge of my stitching out and trim that off. So I'm going to measure out 5/8 inch here. And yes, I actually count the little lines. I like to count and double count to make sure I've got it lined up straight and that I'm cutting at the right spot. I'm going to trim all the sides so that I've got a 5/8 inch from the stitching out around the entire piece. Happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a trim. Then we'll turn it, and I go ahead and do the other side exactly the same way. Again, I go ahead and count my little lines each and every time. especially with these because I wanted to make sure all 4 of my pillows were the same size. Double checking, and I'm happy with that, so let's give it a cut. There's also 5/8 inch from the bottom of the birds down, and now we'll do the top. So from the edge of my stitching, I'm counting my little lines, making sure I'm in the right spot, lining everything up correctly. I'm happy with that, so we'll give it a cut. Looks great. Now we're ready to sew it into a pillow. So I put the right sides together on my other piece, and I do have the interfacing put on both my back piece and my front piece. And we're going to take it to the machine and sew all the way around. It's been a long episode and I still have quite a ways to go. I've got more editing to do, the sound to add in. I've got to go back and do that voiceover work that you've already heard. You heard me talk about going out west and visiting a stitching shop. That all needs to still be added into the vlog as I continue to add more clips. I loved sharing this pillow idea with you, and if you're interested in making more pillows, definitely check out the description box below and follow along on Cathy's tutorial as well. Thanks so much for joining. I liked showing you what I do with the vlog, and if there's a piece in our shop that you're interested in having me do a feature focus piece on, then definitely put it in the comments below. Tell me what the piece is, and I'll add it to the lineup so that I'm sure to show you how to fully finish a piece on it and add it to your cross-stitch decor. Thanks for joining. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye, guys.